Today I'm giving you a short talk on what MVP is, how to build it, and how to build it in the Web3 area. MVP stands for minimum viable product, which is the product you want to begin your company with, the product you want to iterate and build into something tangible which can bring lots of value to your customers and users. If you want to learn more about it, I highly recommend reading a book which basically studied this paradigm, studied this movement, 4 Steps to Epiphany, published in 2003. It tells lots about customer discovery, customer validation, customer creation and company building in emerging, settled, existing markets as well, and covers whole process from figuring out the problem, figuring out the solution, how to test to make sure that you actually found something tangible you can build your business upon. Do not hesitate to address this book in case you feel that you might benefit from understanding more how to validate hypotheses you have. And the problem we are addressing called cold start problem. In the beginning, there is usually nothing, there is no community, there is no business. And to address this, the first step you generally want to take is building MVP and validating if there is a problem, if there is enough market to pay for the building of the company, raising funds, and just starting this journey, which might take years. And proper way to address this is to build something small, something which can fail fast in case there is no need for the product you are going to sell later, and to find out this without growing your team and growing your headcount, growing expenses, to make sure that there is something you may rely on later. So what is MVP in case of Web3 and crypto companies? In general sense, it is the same as for any other companies. This is a product which might not be perfect, which might not function well, which might not be finished in terms of design, but this is a product which solves a single problem and makes sure that people understand what they're paying for. What MVP is has as much of importance as what MVP is not. MVP is not the product which is set in stone. MVP is not the product which takes ages to build or which requires long iterations and more than 3 or 4 months to build, especially in cryptosphere when you want to move fast, not to lose fast move advantage. And MVP, generally speaking, is not something you are fully proud of, because the earlier you ship, the earlier you get market response, and if you're shipping the product you are completely proud of and you think is perfect, probably you are too late and you can have released some version to the market earlier to make sure that you are getting feedback from real customers from the community you started to build. Another angle to look at the MVP is to look at the team which is building it, because generally speaking, when we are talking about some ideas, you can probably sell something to the public as an opportunity, as a promise, and just to purchase some traffic, to route it to some landing page, to understand how many people sign up for the stuff you're going to sell. And this is valid for the crypto space as well. But in order to do so, in order to get this thing moving, you generally want to build minimum viable team, which is not necessarily must be all the employees or founders, which can be the community you rely on. That's why I think it can be okay to name minimum viable product in the crypto sphere as minimum viable community, because it all starts with the community of people who are passionate about the stuff you're building, who are interested in the ideas you're selling, in the ideas you've been able to come up to. And this is something you can actually utilize to shape the product properly, to understand the needs of the market, because those are people who are essentially going to buy full version and to justify all the resource and time spent on building this product. How to build a proper minimum viable community, minimum viable team, or minimum viable product? You need to understand what problem you're trying to solve. generally you want to validate it following the customer development cycle described in the book or like any YouTube videos you can find on. But then you need to find single most important thing about the flashy new great product you are going to build, and to make sure that you are able to deliver it and to show it in whatever way is possible. If this is a game, you can start building what couple like levels showing what the vibe, what the like general quality of the game will be. If this is some, I don't know, DeFi protocol, you can output a white paper and like math behind the idea, and to start selling it early to the people. And by selling, I don't mean necessarily the exact sale in terms of some like funds getting transferred. I mean like asking them to sign up for your Twitter, getting them to your Telegram channel or Discord server, and uniting the people around the idea and now some novelty or perhaps some execution of the old idea you are pursuing, you found valuable, and you decided to build your company and product on. To the case study. One of the hottest things right now in the end of March of 2023 when we are recording this video is Degen Zoo by DAOmaker team, which started as a conversation on Twitter between Chris, CEO of DAOmaker, suggesting that the game which Logan Paul, YouTube influencer, is selling to his subscribers won't take years to build and actually could be done in something around a month. Long story short, they figured out how to build it faster. They generated some pretty impressive subscribers and followers on Twitter. They started collecting the funds, and they achieved impressive results on the like validation of this idea. So they carried on with building it, and they successfully shipped it a month or like month and a half later, which was really impressive, and I would say even magnificent in terms of the myth which was destroyed, that building such a game would require years to finish, and which shows us like how proper MVP and minimum viable community can be assembled in case you are selling something community and people and customers want. And of course, you have to understand that this is so not easily done, because lots of work was done by the team prior to that, because they had lots of knowledge in the community. This is not something which was achieved really easily, because they had some social capital, they had some expertise. The whole team is well known by the community and the customers, but nevertheless, this doesn't undermine or devalue the stuff they did, which is brilliant, now textbook case of building minimum viable community, team, and essentially product to sell. So, to wrap up, do not hesitate to reach any community members of Ton to help you figuring out like what's this general single idea you need to test and to build your MVP around. And I wish you all the luck you need to have all the strength it's going to take you to build this minimum viable community, minimum viable team, or minimum viable product to deliver it. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, building these products and shipping them and testing them and succeeding with testing them. You can always DM me as a grant scout and a part of Ton grant program, or as a VC, as junior partner of First Stage Labs. I'll be happy to answer all the questions you have, to probably route you to someone and to help you on this journey of building company and products customers and community needs.